Welcome everyone to a new video of me, Crypto Michael. Um, if you like the content that I'm bringing out, please like beneath or subscribe to the channel. You know that that's helping me out a lot to grow this channel to something bigger so we can help more people and provide more quality content in the future. Today it's Major Saturday, as you know, and then we're going to discuss the larger caps. And today we can discuss a few that have been moving quite severely and a few that have been moving not at all. And generally, what we see in the recent period is that altcoins are taking the thrill. They are in the spotlights. That's wonderful. And we were kind of expecting that to occur recently as the halving went away and Bitcoin is just consolidating in a range, and the volatility in the volume is dropping down on Bitcoin heavily. And that's not a bad cause, that is actually a good cause, as we are, in my opinion, currently just consolidating before continuation. And as long as we consolidate between 9 and 10.5k, the altcoins will do relatively well. But you should be aware that once Bitcoin is ready to make a big breakout out above 10.5k or maybe a big drop below 8.5, um, the alt BTC pairs will probably be crushed until BTC follows or bottoms out again. It's a topic that I'm going to discuss in the future as well. Timing the markets is probably the most important thing you need to do. If you time the markets well and hold the coins relatively well, you can make substantial large increases as you're just and profits as you're just compounding the profits you have. So therefore, I wanted to discuss Cardano and VeChain first. These are relatively large caps. VeChain is almost top 20, as I have seen earlier today, which is what they are worth. I mean, there are coins in the top 10 or top 20 that don't deserve to be there, and some real good projects should be in there. So I think the shift is coming in the coming year, and we're slowly showing the perspectives on crypto. If we check Cardano, we can see that Cardano has been hovering inside this range for about a year. We have been covering this topic quite a while already, and currently we see that there is a large range in which we broke out after we have flipped the 100-day and 200-day MA. And as you can see in the previous period in 2019, which is actually a test pump, um, once we are above the 100-day and 200-day MA, we are in bull territory. And you know, before for Kyber network or Bancor or AV, if they are in the 100-day and 200-day MA structure, it's buy the dip season. What does that mean? With Cardano, you can see that we were targeting the flip of 700 sets, just a brief retest and immediate continuation of support, after which we are currently hovering inside resistance zone. I would not classify this as a bearish divergence, as it's just too far away. A bearish divergence is inside the structure, and usually you will see it here. The confirmation is when the previous high is confirmed as resistance and then the downwards continuation occurs. The point that I wanted to make with showing Cardano right now is that the momentum on social media and the engagement on social media is increasing on this coin, and the same on VeChain, as I see it on my own post as well, which means that there is not an entry right now on Cardano. You might want to short this one, but you have to be understanding how to short and what measures you have to take. And in general, if something is trending upwards heavily, you want to be the dip buyer, as that's the easiest strategy you want to do. And when you're going towards a buy the dip structure, you want to check which levels are interesting for that buy the dip structure. In this case, we can see that we have got a few different levels, and I'm going to point out where I'll be targeting or where I'll be scaling in. As you can see, we have seen a nice construction after a huge breakout, also fueled by fundamentals, and currently we are in a resistance zone. As we see from the previous levels, a previous period, we have been acting here as support. We confirmed as resistance, so a clear break of the 1100 sets would confirm that we're continuing further up. I'm going to erase the MAs for a little while, as then we get a cleaner chart. Most likely at this point is a consolidation period in which the levels over here are the interesting zones. Generally, this OB around 900 sats is what you want to target. 930 is a previous level as well and a previous high, but generally a wick towards lower than 900 is what you want for an entry zone, and your stop loss wants to be below 850. So if you want to check higher time frame potentials or higher time frame by the dip levels, these are the levels you want to watch, and it's basically confluent with the previous period after the huge rally in 2019 as well. If we hold this green zone over here, which is basically also the range low from this structure, this area is what you want to target, and when we hold, the next heavy resistance zone is 1350, and most likely even a rally towards 1900 sets in the coming months. So do we have an entry right now on Cardano? I do not see it, as we are currently in a resistance zone. If we might pop up, we might get a blow off top, as we might know it from previous periods. But as you can see, we have seen a significant move up, and after that there is just no entry until there is a clear structure again. You don't want to chase the green candles. If we break 1100 sets, we might wick towards 1200, 1250, but you want to see a higher time frame close above the 1100 level to see whether we can continue. And I've also received some replies that said that the resistance is broken. It's not, as it's all about higher time frames. Then we can check the USD chart, which is showing that we are still in an accumulation period, and that seems odd, but it is actually the case. Since Cardano broke below this level, we can see that we have been hovering between 4 cents and 10 cents for over a year. And this whole structure you can compare with Bitcoin at 10.5k right now, or the total market cap, or the altcoin market cap, or Ethereum. Once it starts to break above this 10 cents level, the real joy and the real party starts. Why is that? Well, then we are finally getting an impulse move above the range resistance. So right now we are hovering inside this range resistance structure, as you can see, and generally you don't want to see the level, where is the brush? You don't want to see it lose the area around here. That's not what you want to see losing. Sideways construction, again tapping this resistance zone, and we get a likely breakout towards 14 cents. And if we do get a likely breakout towards 14 cents, this support resistance flip is what you want to take. So something like this, and which is similar to VeChain is showing right now. Once we break above that level and get the retest and get the confirmation of a new support, just like we've seen over here, the new target zone is 19 cents. Next to that, if we lose the support, obviously over here the next support level is around 5 cents, but I do not expect that to be hit relatively soon, given the market sentiment and given the whole structure right now, as I truly believe that we are getting into a new bull cycle. Well, I just pointed out VeChain already. VeChain is showing exactly what you want to see. Took the lows, rallied upwards since then, and after we have seen many tests of the resistance zone of 008, then the renewed test is a clear breakthrough. Clear breakthrough towards the highs of the level it tested earlier on. Yes, thank you very much. And it tested earlier on at 1 cent and rejected there, and then you want to see whether this previous resistance is become confirmed as support, which in this case is the fact, and we rally towards the next resistance zone. So that does mean that we might be ranging a little in this area, and you might want to see a retest of the zone around here, which is around 0.009, 1 cent. You want to start accumulating some more if you don't have an entry there, if you don't have an entry or back on VeChain yet. If we do consolidate and we hold here for the coming period, the next breakout above 1.2 cents is preferably going to be towards 1819. That's the new range resistance you got. So if we hold 1 cent, the next rally should be towards 19 or 18. Then we get the Vechain BTC chart, which is showing a heavy breakout outside of a downtrend after testing the double bottom structure again. We have been charting it quite some time. This previous level is double bottom structure, rally up, flipping levels in the meantime. It did the same with the 85 sets level, did not even give an 80 sets construction or retest, and heavy breakout. Now at a resistance or a mid-level resistance zone, in which it seems likely that we might be testing the previous high and wick towards this green zone I pointed out here. So between 100 and 110 sets you want to start accumulating a back. If we hold there, it seems preferred that we're going towards the range high, which is 158 to 170 sets. And then we can start ranging for a little while, so it doesn't seem likely that we go continuing in one go. You remember from Lent and Kyber that have been breaking out of their range a year ago. It takes some time before the next wave starts to occur. For instance, the next wave could be towards 260 sets, but there is some consolidation in between. And the whole game is that you flip from coins that have been topped out towards other coins that have not been moving yet, and then you can actually compound your profits. If we lose the 100 set zone, it seems likely that we're going to test the range lows around 70, 75 back again, but for now we should be targeting the 100 and 105 sets zone. Then finally, which one is likely to follow? It is Stellar. It's still inside a heavy range zone, and I assume that it's one of the big coins that is still following through in the near future, as we are inside the accumulation range and showing the exact same things as ADA and Silica and VeChain have been doing before the breakout. And I'm just pointing out Stellar as I believe that there are many more coins to follow, but in this case I see Stellar still holding the 200 AMA, flipping back support. You don't want to see it lose 710 sets. If it doesn't and it starts to rally towards the range high and the range resistance, the next breakout should bring us towards 1500 sets first. Similarly, the USDT chart is still showing support above the 100 and 200 AMA and starts to crawl back up, after which this range resistance zone at 9 cents should be broken, and then the level where VeChain and Cardano is hovering right now, around 15 cents, is the next resistance zone. So there are many coins that have not been moving yet. You can see on Stellar that there is a heavy accumulation going on with the increased volume. Some coins have been moving, so there are still many opportunities to come on the markets, and there are many right now. And I think I've just pointed out one, and I've shared my view on Cardano and VeChain, in which I assume that they will be continuing as we are in an upwards trend, but they go in waves, and you should be aware of that. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you like this, please subscribe to the channel, like beneath, or reply what your view is, and I wish you a wonderful weekend. Thank you very much.